Hi guys, it's Marley again with Marley's Migraine Journey, and today I want to talk about the topic of migraine triggers. And my boy Cabo, it looks like, wants to join me today. Cabo, are you going to be in our video today? Huh? Okay. So I know that, obviously most of my triggers are very common for other people as well. So I'm going to dive right in, give you guys my main triggers, and then kind of what I've learned to do to help counteract those. My first trigger, like I always talk about, is folic acid. So anything that's baked, I always make sure that it's organic. Anytime I have pasta, it has to be organic. My vitamins, I always make sure they do not say folic acid. They say methylfolate or folate on them. You do not want folic acid. So folic acid, bad. The next big thing for me is heat. In the summers when it's like 100 degrees outside, I have always tended to kind of lock myself in the house and turn the air conditioner on and just kind of stay in. But I have learned something actually just this summer. What I learned was very interesting, that histamines are much higher in the air when it's hot outside. And after doing some research, long story short, I started to take this because it lowers, and I know my body has a histamine intolerance. And so I bought these little pellets from Sprouts, and it's, I don't know if you can see it, but it's histaminum hydrochloricum, and it's the Boiron brand. And there's this little pellets that you put under your tongue. And I have gotten so much relief from heat-induced headaches from taking this summer. I've taken a lot. I'll take them like several times a day because it seems like it works for like an hour and then maybe it goes away. It quits working fairly quickly, but then I'll take more, and I've had really good success with these. So my point behind all that was the histamines in the air when it's hot, I suspect may have something to do with my heat intolerance, and that has made a huge difference for me. Another thing for me is vigorously working out or doing any type of manual type of labor. Anything that's super vigorous, especially if I'm bending over and lifting like heavy things up. That's a huge one for me. So I do try to stay fit, and I have a simple step aerobics tape that I've done for years, really the same ones. And it works great for me. It keeps me in shape, and it's enough to do what I need without giving me that migraine or headache trigger. The next one, and that's a big one, and speaking of heat, a little hot in here, is alcohol. One thing that I always tell my friends and everybody is to, if you know you're going to be out drinking, cleanse first. Do a lot of water and do a lot of electrolytes. I found this stuff on Amazon a few years ago, and I love it. And it's not flavored or anything like that, but it's just electrolytes. You put it in your drink, you put it in your water. I put it in my dog's water. Like I put it in my water bottles every single day. So every time I drink water, I get electrolytes with it. And if I know I'm going to be going, to a birthday party or something, doing something on the weekend, then I will do lots of electrolytes beforehand. This stuff also actually does help for your drinking as well, because part of what bothers people from the alcohol is the histamines that are in that alcohol. The other thing that I take is this N-acetylcysteine, NAC. So I take that daily anyways, because it is a really good liver cleanse. And as I keep talking about, I feel like the liver cleanse has been the number one thing that has helped my migraines. So it's a really good liver cleanse, but it also is going to help remove those histamines from your body. And so I take a lot of that, like especially a lot the day of drinking and even during, and I put these electrolytes in my drinks when and I try to drink a lot of water in between them. All of those things are just little tips that I do to try to counteract any type of migraine or headache brought on from drinking alcohol, so I can still enjoy myself every once in a while. So and I find really good results with them. My friends have found the same as well. We went on a girls trip a few weeks ago, and I gave this to all my friends, and they were all amazed. It really kept them from having hangovers. The next one that you really sometimes cannot stay away from is the smells, the perfumes, the room deodorizers, the candles. And the reason that those bother us is because our livers are toxic, and these smells pass through the liver, and that is what when our livers are already toxic and it's trying to pass through, your liver can't methylate these toxins out of your body. So it can really be a huge trigger for a lot of people, especially if you need to clean your liver. So clean your liver if you are sensitive to smells. See what that does for you. Let's see. One thing that I did, and I did this funny enough before COVID was ever even a thing, is I carried a mask in my purse, because if I would ever get into like an Uber or go into a store and I smelled perfume, things like that, but I had to be in that position for a short period of time. Number one, I would get out of that area as quick as I could, but number two, wear the mask, and that would at least keep that scent at bay until I can get out of the situation. Stress, of course, is a huge one for everyone. That for me is my biggest hurdle in getting control of. If I feel like I'm stressed and like a stress headache is coming on, the first thing I do is put my ice pack at the base of my neck, because this is where all of mine start. My beginning of my migraines are right here. The other thing I do is I have a TENS unit, and I really push that under like the base of my skull and get those muscles. It'll just pull those muscles that go up my head and get really tight, and I just dig the TENS unit pads into my neck, and it gives a lot of relief. And if that doesn't work, then like I've talked about before, and I get a full-blown migraine, I will go to the muscle relaxer, which works every time. Fried foods and oils, like the bad oils, we don't realize that our livers have a hard time getting those flushed out of our body. So those can also toxify your liver. They can definitely add to the toxification of your liver and cause headaches. The last one that I've got on my list is dairy, specifically cow dairy. And that again goes back to a histamine intolerance. So if I do dairy, I buy these. I keep these on hand. I keep them in my purse. If I know I'm going to eat dairy or I want to go to ice cream or something, I definitely take these to counteract it. And then the N-acetylcysteine as well. So those are just some tips of things that I found that really help me to keep my migraines control and still let me, live a life where I can do the things that I enjoy and eat the things that I enjoy eating, not having to completely cut those out of my life, but learn little tips that will offset some of those triggers for me. I hope this helps you guys, and please continue writing to me with any other questions you have or topics that you would like to hear me discuss. And you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you soon.